What I want to explain to you is like the different parts of an energy coaching session. So just like life coaching, as energy coaches, we want to know what's going on in our client's life. We want to understand the different parts of their life, what their goals are, their priorities. Now, usually people that come to energy coaching, if that is your specialty. And by the way, if you are an energy coach, you don't have to call your business name or your practice energy coaching. You can be whatever kind of coach, key decision coach, mindset coach, health coach, and you use some of the energy coaching strategies and exercises to assist your clients in getting the energy that they need and want in order to take actions, in order to feel the way they'd like to feel, and to bring more qualities into themselves and into their life that are more on the spiritual side. So let's look at the parts of the session. So let's just imagine you're in an energy coaching session as the coach, and you want to first check in with your client. You know, how are you today? How has your week been? What's going on? Do you have a strong intention or focus point for our meeting today? And that's really important because clients come to coaching often with a kind of idea of what they want to understand, process, start, look at that's going on for them. And if a coach is only paying attention to the goal that the client set maybe 2 months before, often the client will not feel understood or really supported in what's going on with their life. So we begin always with that check-in. Now, as an energy coach, this is a little different than regular life coaching. You might include a practice that you do with all your clients as you begin for just a few minutes. This might be a short centering practice. This might be that you know the client and you know some of their resources. And so you have them focus on their own creative resources that are based on values or on something they love in their life. It's very client centric. But as energy coaches, we can bring in this kind of centering practice, connecting practice, kind of deepening practice at the beginning of every coaching session. And you'll notice I'm using very universal language. We are not teaching our clients a specific tradition based on religion or spirituality. We're staying with the client's values, beliefs, and what works for them. So we might start with that intention centering practice, then go into maybe 5 to 10 minutes about what's going on in their life. So that gets us to about minute 15 of the coaching session, trying to break it down for you as much as possible. Now, you might have prepared for this client based on their request for you. Like, let's say you know that a big overall request they have is they're procrastinating things that are important to them, and they're not taking the steps in their life they really want to take. Or let's say you know that this client has a big goal to bring in more community and connection to their life, or to improve their self-esteem. Whatever you know, or the client has brought up in the first few minutes of the coaching, will then be kind of the heart of the coaching session. And that is where there's, of course, a lot of flexibility and variety that you can have as an energy coach. But you might take them through a process you would learn and be trained at the Coaching Institute and how to lead them through that helps them in finding, maybe it's healthy boundaries or healthy power, or maybe it's more information about the project they're working on. And as energy coaches, we would use processes, exercises, and techniques that empower the more, I always look for the right word, and there's not just one word, so I'm going to use a bunch, like the inner experience, I like to say the creative mind instead of saying the unconscious or subconscious, but the part of the client that is really connected to their truth and to what is really empowering at the deepest level. So that's what the exercises and techniques and processes get to. That's how we're assisting them. But they're also kind of fun and creative. So a client might, during one of these processes, meet a helper emotion and get to know that emotion. A client might go on a guided journey with you and experience a beautiful, peaceful setting where they can find the kind of resources they need for regrouping and finding symbols or metaphors that will help them in the project they've been procrastinating. A client might go with you on a guided meditation journey. That's what I call them, because they're not really, they don't fit into any classical model that I can give another name to. So I call them guided meditation journeys, but they're led by the coach. They're co-created by coach and client. So the client is not just passively going on this trip with you. They're creating the experience at the same time with you. Their eyes open, they don't have to do closed-eyed work. Some clients, the exploration might be very somatic. Some clients, it might be visual. Some clients, it might be bring in elements from their real past or what they want in their future. Or it might be a totally magical landscape. So there's a lot of variety, and my goal is to train people in as many different session processes and techniques that you can plan out, like knowing what your client wants to create and what the skills are they want to bring in. You can plan easily 4 to 8 session focuses of skills and processes you'll be sharing with your client for the next month or two. And of course, then you might change the plan along the way. I hope you do. But it's nice to know that you can have that set up. So back to the parts of the session. So the process part, especially in the beginning as an energy coach, I think it's best to keep any kind of especially closed-eyed work to about 15 or 20 minutes. And this is because we don't want to exhaust our clients. They might be doing this kind of exploration for the first time. They might be getting new information. They might be feeling things they haven't felt before. And so we want to keep it to about 15 or 20 minutes. And so now we're about 40 minutes, 45 minutes into our session after the process. The third or fourth part of the session is to integrate and process the information they received so they know it's theirs. It's not something you gave to them or showed them. It's not something you taught them, like, you know, your intuition center is purple. No, for them, it might be green or yellow. This is about their experience and how they want to use it in their life, sometimes in a very practical way moving forward. So that is a very, very important part of the session, that they are kind of owning their own truth, taking their meaning, and you help them to make it an empowering meaning. And moving forward into their week, maybe with a practice they want to do, maybe with a question they're going to kind of be with, maybe with an action they're going to take. Maybe it's with their children, or maybe it's in the area of a hobby or at work. But we are applying these spiritual energy techniques, processes, strategies to the person's real life. Now, some clients will have the intention to deepen their spiritual path, to process energy, to be able to go into their body experience, their nervous system, to bring creativity and healing. And for those kind of energy coaching clients, the week ahead might be about that discovery process for them. But it doesn't have to be. You're not limited to making the energy coaching all about the spiritual path, because everyone's life, you know, every part of life is part of what makes us meaningful and present, and all those qualities that we associate with spiritual can be found in any aspect of our life. So we make the coaching a reflection of that.